You're now tuned in to Spike T on Make It or Break It 336 Media. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's
Let's
get
get
started. Hey, we are back at it with another one. How you feeling tonight, co-host?
Hey, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling light. I'm feeling
Are
nice.
you
Let's
Spike
get
tonight or what?
Yes.
All right, well, you already know what it is. It's your girl, your host, Miss Sugar, so iced out. And you already know I got that sugar for your tea, baby. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms. That's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, all of them. You already know what it is in the description box below. Right now, I'm going to turn it over to my Spike Tea Queen. Let them know what it is.
You already know what it is. It's your girl J.E. in the building. Let's get it. You already know it's J-Way or No Way at all. You can follow me on all my platforms. I'm talking about Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Let's get it, queens.
Get it. Follow. All right, guys. So now I know everyone is used to the tea. And on Spike Tea, we put a little extra in it something for you. You know what I'm saying? We put that rum in it. We shake it up. We give you that realness. We give you that live. And we give you that raw. And so tonight we're going to be digging into some kind of important topics that a lot of people have been dealing about in the LGBTQ community. And we're going to be digging in about, how it is for the LGBT community to have families and what they go through their everyday life when they do have families. So, this first video that we're going to go into is going to be a bunch of LGBTQ people talking about how their life experiences are in dealing with families. So let's go ahead and watch this.
I am my authentic self, and I'm also the parent my children need me to be for them. We've been married for 13 years now.
We've been together for 15 years.
We have two children, Jonathan and Jeanette, 10 and 8 years old.
We have 3 kids. So we have 4-year-old twins and an 8-year-old.
Family means to me my 2 dads and my brother.
Mama, Emma, Penn, and Bella.
We've actually been married for 2 years. This will be year number 3 because we were just allowed to get married a few years ago.
Before then, it was like we would call each other wife, and I would be waiting for someone to be like, you can't do that, which people would say.
Because at the beginning, we were kind of just making it up. And then it was kind of like, yeah, that's actually what it's called. We're actually married, and she's my wife.
Yay!
Yay!
Family is at least 2 people who can rely upon each other.
Most people don't have 2 dads or 2 moms.
No one in my class does. What?
One of the things that I remember when we first had our children was when we'd be out in public, the stares that we would get.
The struggle of sort of how people view you it's a battle every day. And funny enough, people will really, like, in the elevator, ask you questions about your family and your life.
I've also taught my children, not all questions come from a bad place. Sometimes a person will ask a question and they just don't know, and they want to know.
A family is a big sister or brother and a mommy or a daddy. Doggy.
They love us, they want to take care of us, and they want to be with us.
I think in some circumstances they will have it harder in life, but in other areas I think they're going to be stronger. I mean, who better to parent you than people who've had to persevere their whole life?
For them, what they have is their norm. So I don't know that they would say anything more different than any other kids.
I'm lucky to have my mama and my Emma and my siblings.
We are crazy. We are dinner and a show. We're never boring.
Whenever we're at, like, my friend's house, my dad always, like, starts dancing, and he always makes everybody laugh. Deshaun, he wants to always go shopping, dress up, and he wants to have fun with me and Jonathan all the time.
My children will be prepared to deal with the world. They'll be prepared to deal with people who will embrace them, and they'll be prepared to deal with people who won't embrace them.
You can get married, you can have kids, you can have all these things.
It's the best feeling in the whole wide world to have that experience.
And there's no one I would rather parent with, especially as a gay parent, other than Joelle.
So
that.
that was really sweet. So yeah, as you
It
can tell,
was.
yeah. So their stories were pretty awesome because it every day the LGBTQ community goes through something with raising kids, with dealing with kids, where it be they get looked at funny or they get told that they can't do it or 'cause people think it's supposed to be a man and a woman, but sometimes it just doesn't end out that way. So I think that video was very touching about how a family is a family and it's all about love, and which that's what the night show is about. It's all about love. It is Pride Month, so we're sticking to this pride business.
Yes, and I want to piggyback off of everything you were literally saying. And I think what pinpoints the most is the kids. Everyone always want to talk about the kids, but in these videos you can hear the kids speaking. They're speaking of love. They're speaking of experience of what it is to just have love. And everyone just got this mindset. You're teaching. What are we teaching them? We're teaching them love. We're teaching them parenting. And it's
you
like
know,
it's going over their heads.
yeah, because kids are actually taught to hate.
Yeah.
They don't know hate. They came into love. They all know about love. The first thing your child looks at you, they love you. You're their first love. So they're taught to hate. You know what I'm saying? They're taught that difference as well.
Right.
Kids, they know that, like the little girl said, I love my mom, and then I love my MOM and my siblings.
Yes.
So, they have little names for it. You know
And
what I'm
it's
saying?
beautiful.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good opening to our show tonight because love is love.
Yes. And
That's
not only are they showing two women, they're showing two men, they're showing multiple kids, they're showing diverse races. And it's like, what's the problem?
mm-hmm.
Like, we really are supposed to just surround the earth with just love. And you look at our side and we're like, oh, it's hate. And it's like the only ones giving hate is the ones that are not like this.
Yeah,
And you just can't, you have to live with it, but you also have to learn as well. And that's what we had to do. Just being in the community, we had to learn. We didn't just be like, boom, I want to be hated, I want to be talked about. No.
right,
When you love yourself, when you love everything about you, when you love everything around you, nothing it's gonna matter. But it's like, why are you being hateful? Why are you hating? For one, you have to love yourself first before you sitting around, you know judging everyone else.
right. Definitely. I love that. I love that. You hit the
Yes.
mark on that one because I don't think a lot of people really realize that. You know what I'm saying? They just look at it as, oh, they can't happen. But love is love. You love who you love. You love what you love.
Right.
You love how you love it. Can't nobody stop that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is,
Right. And it's
you
like
know.
it's like what humans is the only species who actually look at it wrong. When every species on Earth, as we know it,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty much gay. Like they do it, and you know what I'm saying. Like, what's the problem, people?
Yeah, yeah. So I heard you have something good for me tonight.
Yes. And speaking of the kids, I just want to know: do you think a kid can know what they identify as a young youth? And what age do you think a child mind is made up?
That's a good question. I think it kind of can start early. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah.
it's not pushed upon some. I knew when I was young, I just climbed trees and I ain't want don't touch.
Right.
Who's that girl right there? So I knew when I was young, I was a little kid. Ain't nobody put that in my brain. Ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? So it can happen.
Now, who I'm bringing on is I'm talking about the D Wade family. We talking about Miss Zaya Wade herself. Now, this young woman, she's known since she was 3. And that's exactly why I asked the question, what age do you think? Because some people will look around and think, you don't know when you're a kid. How do you know? How do you know?
Mm-hmm.
When a child is young, we can literally develop what's going on. They be, not they, but, parenting, some parents just act like the kids just don't know. Me, I'm gonna be honest, I've known since I was 5, 4 or 5, in that age range. You couldn't tell me no different, but I also did my research. That's the same thing that Zaya did. She did her research to understand what part of the LGBTQ that she was a part of. People want to say it's about the kids, you're teaching the kids. Well, what is it that Zaya did? She knew she was different, but she
Mm-hmm.
also researched with her parents. So you can't say that her parents is wrong. You can't say that Zaya is wrong. She came out in 2020 as a transgender young lady.
Mm-hmm.
She's a beautiful young lady. And
Definitely.
everyone has so much to say, especially in the Black community. Look at them.
Mhm.
Look at the family.
Yeah, and especially that the family is, popular and out there. They have a lot of flag on the back, like why is he allowing this, or why is
Right.
it, or he is this, famous basketball player. She's this advocate and actress. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And they have a lot, like the tabloids be going in on them, and I hear a lot of our own people talking about them too. So it's just
Right. A lot of y'all DLs, y'all need to calm down.
like,
Y'all like
right.
y'all playing. Y'all playing. And it's the fact that this young lady is now a notable young figure for the LGBTQ plus community. Like it took a lot for this young woman to sit around to the world. It's not like they paraded it around. They just let it be known. My daughter is a transgender young lady. Of
Mhm.
course he got hate. Of course he had hate. What I find mostly incredible is that he talked to other parents and advocated for other parents who have transgender kids who understand.
Yeah, because a lot of like parents themselves are saying that they parented wrong, that they are the reason
Right.
why that she's like this, that they is
Right.
something that they did, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that they stand by her. They,
Yes.
stand wholeheartedly 100%. They love her.
Right.
And
Because the hate the world can give her, and it's like all you need is love.
mhm,
Love literally is the key to life. And the love that she is getting from her family
it's awesome.
is literally more than anyone can sit here and be like, I hate you. No, but my family loves me.
Hmm.
They support me. That's what I have to say about Zaya, because I think it is beautiful how much her family is standing by her side.
Yeah, so do you think it's like a problem within like the community, the black community, that they don't, they'll see like transgenders out here? It's very hard for transgenders people. Like
Yes, I agree.
I have a friend like in California. She just texted me and said that she got shot up like 6 times because she's transgender. They robbed her and everything. Like she goes through so much stuff. So do you think it's a definite problem, um, being more transgender than gay in the black
Yes,
community?
I do 100. And I think it's more of a problem when it comes to trans women specifically, because I don't hear about trans men,
Hmm.
but I hear about trans women, and it's disrespect. I find it highly disrespectful
Yeah.
because for one, the women aren't messing with you. The women aren't bothering you. It's not the woman's fault. It's your fault why you find her attractive after you find out that she's a trans woman. And then you're
Hmm.
mad? No, I don't agree with that. They have it's like it's the worst. You can't get mad. She's just a soul living her physical experience in her body. You can't get mad at her. People act how they want to act, but they want to point out the obvious. We can't see what y'all got going on. So yes, they get it the worst.
Because just what was it? Just last year, about 1,000 or something transgenders was murdered. They were raped. They were done something too within that last year. So they definitely have it hard, more so than what we have
Yeah.
as being like a lesbian or bi or, just gay, a stud or something like that. A
Right.
transgender female woman definitely has it harder than anyone else.
But why do you think it's a problem? And I have it's a double question. Why do you think it is a problem in the community? And the second question is, do you think out of the whole community that Black women out of the community have more problems with the trans women
I
when it
don't
comes
think it's
to
black
hate?
women. I don't think it's black women. It's a black men. I
It's
don't think
Black
it's black.
men.
I don't think black women. I don't never see black women downing transgender women or seeing videos like that. But I've definitely seen a whole lot of males do it. Like they done followed a transgender woman in the store trying to beat her, telling her to come out. It was a whole bunch of males. You know what I'm saying? I just feel
I've
like
seen women.
I haven't never seen women, so I can't really speak on that. But I know I done seen like more of the male perspective do something to transgender females.
And I say Black women, one, because what I've mainly seen, that's only just from a personal experience, not personal per se, like in person, but just seeing videos, seeing comments. And it's like, I just want to understand, it's more comments like, you're not a real real woman. You can never be like us. Stop trying to change. It's like, why can't everybody just be themselves? Like, just let it just be. Why are you angry, men and women? Why are you angry overall?
Yeah.
It isn't you.
It's not them, so why are y'all even angry? Like, you're not the one that's going through it. So like,
It's a confuse. It blows me. It blows my mind because it's like, it's not even you. Why are you mad?
yeah, and it's sad too. It's sad, like when I hear news or hear like I said, she called me and said what had happened to her, and she had to go to the hospital and stuff. It's just sad to hear stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They definitely have to watch themselves more, and like
Yes.
I feel like they should be honest. Like a lot of them don't be honest, so it gets them in that predicament. But I feel like if they be honest from the start, then they can take it or leave it, or not to deal with them at all. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my perspective on that. On that
But if
part.
they be honest from the start, not saying they shouldn't be honest. There are some people who don't care just to be honest up front. They would still do it, and then switch the stories around. It's not safe whether a trans woman say it up front or whether they say like why. I
Yeah.
just want to question why, because I don't know the answer. Why would a trans woman say it up front if they don't even have intentions or even sleeping with you, going any further with you? If you find a woman attractive, okay, like you say, she's a trans woman. If she's not gonna go any further with you, why should she be like, boom, I'm trans? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just a confusion to me, because like I see they do get the most hate out of the whole community. They do.
Yeah. Yeah, those questions we probably will never really get answers to.
Yeah, I don't think anybody got the answers. They don't even got the answers. Like,
yeah, maybe we should like have a show and have like some straight people on the accent,
right.
like homophobic
Have
and stuff. Just like
each label come on, like speak. Let us know what is it, what it is, and what it ain't. You know,
maybe we'll do something like that. Definitely. So. Speaking of, families and all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's also difficult. Like it's different stages with the family thing and with the kids. Because some like you'll have stage where couples get together, then they adopt a child, or you have where a female already had a child, and then a stud or somebody came in to raise that child, they get flack. Or just being in a lesbian relationship and you have to take somebody else's family member's child. It's a lot of different things. So we actually have a guest that's coming on tonight, and she's going to kind of give her experience about, what's happening in her thing. And this is actually my girlfriend. So she's going to tell you a little bit about kind of some of the stuff that we go through. So can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead, introduce yourself to the show. Let everybody know who you are.
My name is Torio. I'm Miss Sugar's fiance.
So we got her to come on tonight. We did have another couple that come on, but some things happened, so they had to cancel. So she stuck it to the last minute because we actually go through a lot of this. We are in the process of adopting a baby girl, Zamaya. She's actually 7 months. We've had her from birth. And she's going to just tell you like a little bit of everyday things of what we go through when we're out or even with family members. So I'll let her take over.
What?
Go ahead, explain like the difficulties that you go through like during out the day, or we go through like during out the day, like if we're out somewhere together with Zamaya or anything like that, dealing with adopting.
Like, do anybody look at y'all differently because it's two women? Like how they give women sons the look like a father and a mother. Like, what experience when you guys first was getting to adopt her, where you had to keep her, do all that? What was from your family? There you go. From your family when you both came in to adopt her. What was that like?
Like, we not real parents. Like, we are incapable. Like we not. It's like we not equal because some people know the situation, and the ones that know it, don't really take it as seriously as it is, from having to deal with it like every day, day to day. The daily struggle of everything. You don't really get respected for that. it's like you less of, or you're gonna neglect the child, or do something to it, harm it, or something like that, or you don't know everything to the fullest capacity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's literally like times that we done went out to the store, right? Like was my just going grocery shopping, and like we had this man come up to us and like, where y'all get that baby from? I was like, oh, from
They just bypassed me, looked at her like, "Where you steal that baby from?"
yeah,
Like, like I won't still standing there, like I'm back here. Like I hear what you're saying. You know, or when we go in the store, people will look at her like, because she's 7 months, so they looking at her like, "Hey, you ain't
That's
really gay. What you done
crazy.
did?"
yeah, like you ain't really know. Like how you have a whole baby right here, and then you have
Yeah,
like
you just
like
standing back there.
me like a fraud.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I want to say about the when you guys first got her. I want to say, what was the most difficult part when you first got her? Like the sleepless nights, or was she a good baby? Did she sleep all night? Did she cry all night? Like, how was the experience? Because they think that women just, not saying they, like all of them, but let the people know, like as
like
mothers, the
it
experience. Like
wasn't
we only,
like
it's not
it
a
wasn't
mommy and
like
a
the
daddy, it's
whole.
mommy.
It wasn't like the whole 9 month process. Like we didn't know. It was more like Monday. Here's what it is, and you got to pick her up on Wednesday. So it was like our life changed within like 2 days. You know what I mean? Like we just went from chilling, cuckoo for cocoa puffs. You know what I'm saying? Being able to kick up and relax with,
Yeah,
laying in between your toes, to like a whole world just flipped upside down. Like her crying faithfully every 2 hours for a
yeah.
bottle.
She would literally get up like every 2 hours for a bottle, and then she got to where it would be like five, and then it'll more and more and more. Then she got to where she was sleeping during the night. She's sleeping during the night now. She's on a little schedule, but yeah, she's spoiled. Like she's definitely like I don't know. She's definitely spoiled. She definitely got
It
her
definitely was a turnaround. Like you got to be strong to deal with something like that,
Yeah.
especially like I said, overnight. It won't plan, it won't nothing. It was just like boop.
yeah.
So, like, did you
Done.
guys name her, or did she already have a name when you guys got her?
He
Yeah,
came ready.
and
Everything came ready.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you said.
I said, yeah, she already had that name, and we stick
Oh,
with it 'cause we liked it. Yeah, so
okay.
I mean,
much.
we
So,
we
which
we
name?
got our little nicknames that we tweak or whatever for whatever, but her original name we stuck with it.
So, does she
Yeah.
have y'all last name, or did you guys get to wait? You have to
Once it's
drop her
finalized,
first before
we really
anything
can't
goes.
like talk about that part. But once it's finalized, then we can like discuss all the
So, how
details.
long does that take to finalize everything? How long does that take?
Court, man. It just all depends on the judge and how everything go down when you go to court.
Yeah,
It's really a long, drawn out, stressful process. Try not to think about like going to court and all that stuff, like because it's got a lot of emotional stuff to do with that. So we try not to, try to not to think about that.
but yeah, it's a long drawn out process with that. We're still dealing with it right now, but it usually takes about a year for anybody that's really adopting. Takes about a year to get like the final, because they're always trying to make sure that the biological parents, will they ever get themselves together to get the child. So they have to give them time, which is understandable, but
It's
it's
like you got to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. What we doing don't mean nothing to the court. Like all the attachment, the sleepless nights we was talking about, the turnaround, all that. It really don't mean nothing to the court. Like at any point in time, things could change.
mhm. Yep, definitely any point in time. So right now it's just a wing and a prayer right now that she stays. But hey, she's ours. So
I really give it to y'all. Like, that is a strong process. It requires a lot of love, a lot of family, and a lot of everything that they think that we just cannot give to a child.
mhm.
And you guys got it. And don't let nobody tell y'all cannot do it at all. Because y'all showing proof
we
right
doing
now that y'all got
it.
it.
We doing it. We doing it, definitely. We got
Right.
it.
Like,
Most
yeah,
definitely.
I'm
But we
proud.
appreciate it, though.
I
We appreciate that.
love
Yeah.
I
Oh
love it.
yeah.
I love love. I love family. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
definitely do understand. At one point, I was gonna adopt a child. She was like 12 at the time, and it was like the hate I got for it was so. It was painful. It was painful because in the situation, like I've done many things in my life, and she was one of my younger girls that I was had an all girls organization. I didn't know she was in the system, and for some reason, like you ever get God, like, calling to you, like you can do something for this child. And when I went through the process, they looked at me like I was like a pedophile, and that's strongly that's what they looked at. And I'm like, why would you then? She's 12. Why didn't you just get a baby and start over? First of all, who said I have to start as a child?
Right.
What if I
Right.
want to have my own kid? You feel me? And I have already a 12, 13, 14, 15 that's gonna help me. And y'all looking at it as you want to touch the child. You want that's disrespectful to a human.
Yeah.
Like I'm a whole woman. What is wrong with you? Like this is
Definitely.
When we take her to the doctor, they still look at her like, we abusing her or something. Like they really look at her. They be. I mean, she red, so if you pick her up the wrong way, your hand marks will be on her. They ready. Like at any point in time, they ready.
Yeah, she light bright, so you can touch she turn red. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I really feel that. Like they always looking like we gonna do something. And really, it be the straight people doing stuff to the kids. It don't be us.
Let's talk about it.
Definitely.
I ain't trying to start nothing or nothing, but that's what it
That's no
is.
shade.
Don't be
You
us.
probably like a little tree, but that's not like a big shade. But y'all do be trying to make it like the LGBT don't be knowing what they do. We ain't saying y'all don't know what y'all doing, but we observed.
Right.
We observed.
Yeah. Like well, I don't know about the new lesbians, but us old school lesbians, we done been through so much. We ain't got time to hate the next person. You know what I'm saying? We don't. It's not in us because we done experienced so much. So we don't have nothing but love to give. I don't know about what they got going on the other side, but I don't know why they can't see that.
We got to deal with our own love in our inner circle, and everybody doing too much.
Yeah.
It's like, why can't we just put a wall up and block y'all out? Love who we love. Have our families. And my job been the only reason we even got a community is because y'all pushed us away. Now y'all mad.
Right.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Y'all pushed us over here.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. It's been made like easier, I guess, through social media and stuff like that. But I don't remember nothing about this being easy. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely haven't. I've been discriminated against too many times. So
yeah.
Hey, rock solid now. So come with it.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to present yourself, because you never know what's gonna come at you, man. You could just be chilling.
Even if it's not, even if they don't try to offend me, it's already I already threw a shot. I thought you would. You just gotta gotta be on it.
Already on it. Already on it.
Cocked and ready. Yeah.
Definitely. All right, guys. So that is our show. Thank you, Daddy, for coming on. You know what I'm saying, and telling that little side story or whatever. Really tonight. Thank you. You have a great night. Okay.
You too.
All right, guys, that's our show for tonight. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms and also check out our Spyke T page on Facebook because it's always be popping. You already know. And that's our show for tonight because love is love. Peace.